So he like bumped into Grayson and like just like walked off like he was trying to like, I don't know, square up to him or something, like we're dating or whatever. It was weird. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. So while I was in LA, I had plans to film a few videos. Here's sort of a vlog slash story time, and I tell you the story of what happened while I was in LA. So we are pretty cheap, so we obviously got the cheapest flights, and actually they were insane. They were like 250 to LA, which is ridiculous. But that meant that we're leaving at like 4 in the morning, which means we got no sleep, and we're at the airport for like 5, 6 in the morning. We got there like towards the evening, so there was not much else for us to do except get some Taco Bell, go to bed, and rest up for the next day. And then it was Sunday, and on Sundays they have this market called Smorgasburg. If you're ever in LA around Sundays, I guess, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. They've got like a load of different food places, both sweet and savory, and like little clothes stands and stuff like that. It's really, really cute. And there's so much good food. We had like tacos and s'mores and churros, and I had a spam musubi, which is this snack that comes from Hawaii. My friend Hannah, she got a little piece for one of her Coachella 2020 outfits. And then, of course, we're in Los Angeles. I love hikes, so we had to go on a hike. There was some park that I found like 15 minutes drive from where we were staying, so we just went there. The views were pretty rad. And then if you're into Halloween, you'll like the upcoming clips, because there's this thing called Nights of the Jack, and I believe they have it on every single year around Halloween, where it's just like a ton, like probably the entirety of the pumpkins in the US, and they take them and they carve them and they like make things out of them. It's ridiculous. They had like an entire SpongeBob set made out of pumpkins. It was ridiculous. If you get a chance to go, you should definitely check it out. Even if you're not into Halloween, like it's still pretty impressive. And they have like a bar, it's called a Spookeasy, which is so cute, and you get like Halloween themed drinks. I mean, I got like a, what was it called?
Pumpkin mule.
I got a pumpkin mule, and to be honest with you, it really didn't taste that much different to a Moscow mule, but like I still fuck with it, you know? Once we were done with Nights of the Jack, which was actually for like in the evening, so it was getting cold, but my friend who lives in LA, she works in like a Scottish themed restaurant. It's called Tam O'Shanter. If you want to try Scottish themed food, you should definitely check it out. It's one of the, I think, oldest restaurants, she said. And also, Walt Disney used to go there all the time, apparently. He still has like a table reserved for him, even though he's not alive. The food was actually genuinely pretty good, so I would recommend it. Check it out. So obviously once we had dinner, we were waiting for our friend to finish up, we just went driving essentially just to hang out, chill. That's what you do in LA, I guess. You just get in the car, you drive, you chill, you hang out. And eventually, of course, you're gonna end up at a drive-thru, and we did, and it was a McDonald's drive-thru. So we pulled up, right, and the McDonald's wasn't supposed to be closed yet. It was meant to close at 1 a.m. and it was like 22 or 1:45, and we pull up to like the speaking bit, and it's just like, sorry, this location is closed, or something like that. So we're like, okay, that's kind of annoying. We're like, we really wanted a McFlurry, so we just pull on through. But guess what? There's cars in front of us, like in the drive-thru. And you know how drive-thrus are, you can't just go around them. And there's 2 cars in front of us. So we pull up behind them, and we're like, okay, surely they're gonna move. The location is closed. We can't order, we can't do anything. Let's keep it moving. But guess what? We're sitting there for like 3-4 minutes, nothing. No one's moving, nothing's happening. The cars are just sitting there. So Erin, getting a little annoyed, as we all were collectively, she beeps at the cars in front of her. And to be honest, like as soon as she did that, a lady leans out of the drive-thru window and passes an order to the car in the front. So we're sitting there like, wow, we are really that dickhead that is in the drive-thru not knowing how a drive-thru works. That guy in the front must have been like, are you good? Are you okay? Because I'm just waiting for my food. You need to relax, all right? Wait your turn, and then you can get your food. So the guy pulls away, and then as soon as we pull up to the window, Erin is just like, you know, I'm really sorry. I was told that you guys were closed, so I thought this guy was just trying to order and like not realizing that this place is closed. Can we please get a McFlurry? And the lady was like, yeah, sure, okay. So she went off to get a McFlurry, but of course, in the meantime, we're like, we kind of want some fries, you know, because you gotta dip him. We gotta dip him in the McFlurry. So she comes back, you know, all happy, taking care of her transaction, and Erin's like, but actually, can we get some fries, please? And, you know, she was nice, thank God. She was probably just like, I'm about to finish this shift. You know what? Like, I don't need you sitting here in my drive-thru, beeping at other customers, upsetting everyone around. Just please. Okay, fine. Just take the McFlurry, take the fries, and just leave, please. I want to clean up. I want to close the cash and register. I want to go home. I want to put on Netflix. I want to put my feet up. You know how it is. It's Hannah's birthday, and if you don't know, Hannah's my best friend. We've lived together for about 5 years. She's originally from England, but she's having a big birthday today. I'm in Los Angeles for her birthday. She knows that I have a surprise for her. She doesn't know what it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring you along for the day, and you can see what the surprise is yourself. I won't reveal it because I think that spoils it. Just wait and see. It's pretty epic, if you ask me. Are you guys ready to come along? Let's go. Also, look at this Airbnb, it's so cute. It's real cute. So obviously one of the first things we did was Hannah opened some of her presents. I only got her a few things because I actually got her a pretty big surprise that we did later on in the day, which you will definitely see. But I also got her a few little bits and pieces. I got her some clothes from this brand that she likes called Valfree. They've got pretty cool designs, but I also let her know that I managed to snatch this. Ooh, it's very shiny. Here you go. This and this. So the packaging is pretty rad. And honestly, I literally waited on the website I stayed at work just so I could have the computer, because Irish time, it came out at 5 p.m. I finished work at 5 p.m. So obviously I couldn't get on the bus, get home. Everything would be sold out by then. So I sat at work for 3 extra hours just trying to load into the damn page. And I couldn't. I literally just kept crashing. Everyone was crashing the website. Shopify was freaking out. Jeffrey was on the phone giving out to Shopify. Shane was on the floor crying. It was a disaster. But apparently on the Beauty Bay app, this wasn't an issue. So I went on the Beauty Bay app and I purchased these. And it was so simple. And look how pretty it is. I love Shane, and these are pretty. And Hannah wanted them. So there you go. There's that one. And then there's the mini controversy. Very pretty. The colors are very nice. And there's actually only one color from the main palette in there. So you get good value for your money. In the morning, we went to a diner. It was very cute. Hannah had some French toast. I had some eggs, some potatoes, some toast, because I couldn't decide. So sweet and savory, the best of both worlds. Where are we? And then after that, you know, Hannah is a girl after all. So we went to a mall because she wanted to go shopping, looking around, whatever. We had some froyo, it was delicious, it was great. So then from the mall, Hannah wanted to go to a Morphe store because she was looking for some brushes. So she got some Jeffree brushes and she also managed to snag one of the Shane bags. And here you go. It's kind of cool. And actually, when she was purchasing it, the lady at the store said that these bags actually only came to the store about half an hour before then. So Hannah was one of the first people to purchase one in the store. And also, it was actually really handy because the place that we needed to go from there was only an 11-minute drive. And that was the surprise. The big thing. It was one of the coolest experiences ever. And basically, we drove to Bob Hope, Burbank Airport, where the Orbic helicopter tours company is. We were doing a helicopter tour, basically. So Hannah didn't know. I just got her to direct me to it. We went in. The guy was like, oh yeah, cool, you guys are here for your helicopter ride. Hannah was like, shook, obviously. But there was another surprise, because what Hannah didn't know is that we were actually going to be landing on a mountain somewhere in Malibu and having some champagne and cheesecake, and she got a rose, and the views were insane, and the entire thing was pretty freaking insane. And the timing was so good because we got the sunlight, it was daytime, and then we got to the mountain and the sun started setting, and honestly, it looked so good. It was so good. Like, golden hour realness. It was fantastic. Well,
this is amazing.
How does it compare?
This is the best birthday gift ever, I think. This is so cool. Thank you.
We've got some champagne, got some cheesecake with some strawberries, you got a rose, and we've got
a beautiful mountain view.
Malibu down there, pretty views, and the helicopter's right here.
Cute. Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. You dirty 30.
Yeah, that's it. And our pilot was really cool. Like, whenever we flew over celebrities' homes, he was like, oh, this is Jennifer Aniston's house, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger's house, this is Mark Zuckerberg's house. And honestly, those houses are insane. So after Hannah had cheesecake on the mountain, where did she want to go for her birthday dinner? The Cheesecake Factory. So we drove from Burbank to the Grove and we got to the Cheesecake Factory and we had dinner. So our server was actually Polish, I think, or had some Polish in her family, whatever. She tried speaking to me in Polish. I hate speaking to other people in Polish. Like, I'll only do that for my family, otherwise, like, I don't enjoy it. It's just not it. So we obviously had to order some cocktails to celebrate. Only one, I was driving, don't worry. And for some reason, because I guess we look so young, we both got ID'd. And Hannah's birth year is 89, but the server thought it was 98. So she was like, oh, welcome to the 21 club, whatever. And we're like, no, it's the other way around. Like, it's 30. So there you go. Here's the story of how Hannah got mistaken for 21. Maybe she should just get a fake ID and just pretend to be 21. I got a massive ass burrito, which honestly, the portion sizes in America are like, I could feed an entire family with that burrito. I ate about half and then took the rest home, which was an excellent breakfast the next morning. And then after the Cheesecake Factory, we just drove back home, which was quite a drive because we're at the Grove and we had to get back all the way up to north of Encino. So the first thing we did on Tuesday was get some Starbucks. We actually got Starbucks pretty much every single day we were there, if not multiple times a day. So we got some Starbies. Hannah decided to get addicted to the pink drink, and I just had my cold brew. You know, good old nitro cold brew. And after our Starbucks, we went on a hike, so we looked like those assholes drinking Starbucks on a hike. It was great. After that, we just like kind of went browsing. We went to Joyridge because I wanted to check out the store because I've seen a lot of cool clothes from it. And then we went to the Beverly Center, again, just to browse, have a look. Like, the malls in America are massive, so realistically you could spend like an entire day just in a mall. Like, it's pretty ridiculous. And then after that, we just went to In-N-Out because like you can go to LA and not have an In-N-Out. It's pretty good. Animal style fries and a double burger, animal style also, and a vanilla milkshake. And that was it for that day. What did we do on Wednesday? First thing we did was we went to Starbucks again. And then we drove down to like Melrose to get some backyard bowls, which is acai bowls, and they're delicious. And again, the portion sizes are ridiculous. And then after that, we went to Rodeo, and bear in mind, Hannah didn't want to go. I was like, come on, let's go to Rodeo. I want to check out Louis Vuitton. We don't have a proper Louis Vuitton store in Dublin. The only one we have is inside like of another store that has loads of brands in it, and there's no clothes. So I was like, come on, let's go. So I ended up convincing her. We browsed around the Louis Vuitton store, and then we walked up a little bit more and went to the Gucci store. So I was actually wearing my Gucci slides that day, and also my Gucci ring. And one of the employees happened to notice my slides, and then he just started a conversation with us, and I don't know, we just ended up chatting for a while, and he showed me some bits that I was looking at. There was the hoodie that I wanted to see because I'd seen it online and I thought it was really nice. We ended up following each other on Instagram, and he just said that if we're out and about at any point to let us know and he can come out for a drink, whatever. And then after that, we were heading back down Rodeo Drive. And if you've ever been on Rodeo Drive, you'll know that at the south end, I guess, of Rodeo Drive, there's like this little tiny side street. If you've seen Jeffrey's video with the Dolan twins, you know the side street I'm talking about because they walked down it with Jeffrey when they were heading to the Louis Vuitton store. As we were heading towards that, I was like, instead of heading down the road, just down here, let's just go to the side. And the reason I wanted to do that was because I could see that they had the Christmas decorations up, and I thought it looked pretty sick. And I was like, we can maybe take some photos. It looks pretty cool. Let's walk down that way. So here we are, heading down that side street. We're just walking, minding our own damn business. I look up, and who else would be coming towards me but the Dolan twins? So I've got Ethan Dolan on the left side ahead of me and Grayson Dolan on the right, and they're just walking. So I nudge Hannah, I'm like, I actually don't remember what I said. It was probably like, look up, or like, look who's coming, or something. I literally don't. Like, I've just blacked out the entire memory. So as soon as she notices and realizes, she obviously makes like a beeline for the twins, and he's like, hi, 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 I'm a massive fan. Can we take a picture? Now, maybe a little less creepy, or maybe not, I don't know. And the twins were like, yeah, sure. They were actually really, really nice. So we said, can we take a picture with you guys? And they were like, of course, yeah, grand, because they're super nice. And for some reason I was like, oh, hey, Grayson, can you take a picture? Because you obviously have a longer arm than mine. What, like by 2 centimeters probably? Okay, sure, bro, what? Anyway, he was super nice about it, and he was like, yeah, sure, fine. He had to move his like hydro flask, and I don't know, he had stuff in his hands, so he had to like move it and then get my phone. So he took the pictures of us, which is very nice. Actually, that was a very smart, logical move, because if I took the photo and they ended up being shit, then Hannah would have blamed me, and she would have been pissed at me. Now, if Grayson takes the photo and it's a bad photo, she can't blame me. It's Grayson's fault, and you can't be mad at Grayson. He's too cute for that. That was a power move. Big brain move.
I thought.
They were super sweet. They gave Hannah hugs. I was too stunned just staring into Grayson's eyeballs as he was staring back at me to honestly do anything. I think he was kind of like, do you want a hug? But he didn't say anything, and I was just there like, oh, yeah, you're very pretty. Also, like, I was wearing my Gucci slides, green shorts, and like a white shirt, which is basically exactly the same outfit that Grayson has worn once upon a time. I doubt he would be like, I've worn this outfit once in my life and recognized it. But anyway, still, it was a bit like, yeah. I think the only substantial thing that like Hannah said to them was like, oh my god, you guys are so tall. And you can, so you know how iPhones take live pictures and you can kind of hear sound in them. So when you like look at the live picture on my phone, like you can hear Hannah be like, oh my god, I didn't know you guys were so tall. And it's just like, you know, when you meet celebrities, you kind of just like don't think properly. And like, it was so unexpected that like I didn't even have time to like think about like what I would say. Like you could be like, oh, you know, very happy that you guys have decided to take a bit of a break and stop with the wiki uploads and, you know, are looking after your mental health, all of that, blah, 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 you know, be coherent and nice and say something that is a conversation thing. But no, we were just like, okay, cool. And also they looked like they were Russian, and they were super nice to be, like, they were nice to take a picture with us, stop, you know, give us hugs and stuff like that. So we're just like, yeah, thank you for your time. So we're just like, okay, thank you for all that. And we just headed off. And Hannah immediately wanted to call one of her friends to just be like, oh, guess what? We met the Dolan twins! Yes, once they were out of earshot. So, you know, our friend in Ireland, I think it must have been like the morning in Ireland or something, but he picked up anyway. Very good sport, and listened to us ramble on about meeting the twins. And it was crazy because it was such a chance encounter. Like, to be honest, the amount of things that could have just gone slightly differently and we never would have seen them. Like, if I didn't tell us to go down that side street, we literally wouldn't have seen the twins at all. We wouldn't have no idea that they were literally one street over. It was ridiculous. If we'd stayed in the Gucci store a little bit longer, if we'd stayed in Louis Vuitton longer, like if we didn't come to Rodeo Drive, like there's just so many different factors that could have meant we literally didn't see them at all and had no clue they were there. Like, it's just crazy. Life is so ridiculous. Like, that blew my mind because, like, LA is so massive to begin with. And, like, to be honest, the only people, really, the only celebrities, famous people that we care to see or meet would have been the Dolan twins. And we did meet them. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's, like, the power of attraction or we're, like, you know, sending out the positive vibes into the universe. I don't know. But it was ridiculous. But anyway, so we actually ended up getting back to our car. And we're kind of like, where the hell do we go now? Do you know what I mean? Like, after you meet someone that, like, you care about and, like, you watch all the time, you're just like, is this real life? What am I doing? I need to be somewhere I can process this. And my parking meter's running out, so I kind of need to leave. And we're just like, okay, let's just drive to a Ralph's for no reason. We're just like, okay, at a Ralph's you can just park for whatever amount of time, and we can just wander, and we can just freak out in our brains. So that's exactly what we did. And as we're driving, we had to drive through Rodeo Drive to drive to where we were going, and we could see the twins walking across the road with their Louis Vuitton bag. And we're like, hello. Also, Ethan was wearing his Air Force Ones, and they were wearing nice jumpers. I'm pretty sure I heard Grayson say before that he doesn't like matching with Ethan, and yet they just match all the time anyway. Like, Grayson was wearing the exact same jumper that Ethan was, except just in black. So, what is the truth? So then, like, at that stage, like, what do you do? Like, to be honest, like, what do you do with your life? Like, that is the highlight, isn't it? Like, helicopter ride, meeting the Dolan twins, where do you go from there? So we went home for a while. We went to Popeyes, and we waited like a full-on 50 minutes just to have that spicy chicken sandwich. And was it worth it? Yes, it was. Did I go back to Popeyes to get more spicy chicken sandwiches? Yes, I did. You know, if you have got Popeyes anywhere near you and you haven't tried the spicy chicken sandwich yet, you probably should. We're meant to go out to West Hollywood just to check out the scene. We've been out before and it's a cool place. It was a Wednesday though, so like, I don't know why we decided, oh, Wednesday would be a good night to go out. We got a lift down to West Hollywood, and the guy from the Gucci store, like I said, he said he'll come down to have a drink with us. We're actually out with one of Aaron's friends who also works in that restaurant, and his name is Grayson. So we actually ended up, we started at the Abbey, and then we just kind of ended up floating over to Flaming Saddles, where they apparently had some sort of a karaoke night. And apparently it's Los Angeles, right? So it's not really karaoke night, it's just like a competition of who has the best voice. So realistically, I wasn't going up there, Hannah wasn't going up there, we sound like dying cats, we don't need that sort of cringe happening, so we just sat back, and what do you know, Grayson has a good voice, so he went up and sang. Cool, can't relate.
Yeah! You're just like an angel.
The guy from the Gucci store showed up with another friend who works in Prada, I think. And his friend started chatting up Hannah because he thought that we were dating, so he was trying to distract him or whatever. And then they ended up going to the toilet to do stuff, and they offered it to Hannah, and Hannah was like, no, that's okay, I'm good. So then they went off somewhere. But anyway, so the club was closing, so we left, we're standing outside chatting, and then the Gucci store employee showed up again, and he just went up to say hi to me again. So anyway, after he hugged me, he like turned around, and Grayson was like standing in front of me, so he like bumped into Grayson and like just like walked off like he was trying to like, I don't know, square up to him or something, like we're dating or whatever. It was weird. And then he headed off, and then yeah, so that's why I probably won't be going into the Gucci store on Rodeo Drive ever again. But anyway, so then we just kind of walked for a bit and we chatted, and then we got left home, and that was about it. I'm pretty sure I passed out as soon as I got home. Yeah, nights out in LA are always very eventful. It's great. Thursday pancakes.
Ice cream.
So on Thursday, the first thing we did was we got some breakfast in Popeyes. I went and stood there for like half an hour, and guess what? Right before I went in, Hannah was like, I'm full, I feel sick, I don't want anything. So I went in and I was like, I'm gonna get myself 2 spicy chicken sandwiches because I can, and some mac and cheese, and it's gonna be a bomb-ass breakfast. Like, hello, why would I stand here 30 minutes for 1 spicy chicken sandwich when I can get 2? So I did that. I went back to the car. Guess what? Hannah was hungry. I honestly should have just made her go back and stand there in a line and just get another spicy chicken sandwich. But no, I'm a good friend, so I let her have one of the spicy chicken sandwiches. And that's the story of how I had 1 less spicy chicken sandwich from Popeyes than I wanted in LA. And honestly, it is the saddest thing about my trip. And I still think about it to this day, every single day. Thanks, Hannah. And then Hannah forgot something, so we had to go back home to get it. So that was fun. And then I went to Starbucks, of course. Is that a surprise? And then we drove to Runyon Canyon, which is an area with some cool hikes as well, some cool views. We actually went to like a different spot than we usually go to, so we did like a different side of the hike, which was pretty cool.
Hello, motherfucker!
And then there's this place in LA called Lemonade, which sells you guessed it, lemonade. They also do like salads and stuff, but like I'm not here for your kale salad. I'm here for the lemonade. And we got some lemonade. It was delicious. And then we decided it was like almost, well no, it was like an hour away from sunset, but we're like an hour away from Santa Monica. So we said, might be a good idea to drive down to Santa Monica and like drive up the Pacific Coast Highway, because we actually haven't done that yet. We've been to LA like 3 times or something, but we've never actually just like done that drive where you just drive towards Malibu. And we just kind of kept driving, and it was golden hour, and you'll see on the clips, it was really, really pretty. And then at some point we're like, okay, well, at some point we have to turn around and go back home. So we found like a spot to like pull in, and then it was like a cute mall in front of us. So we're like, well, why don't we check it out? But instead of checking out the mall, we went to Urban Outfitters, which was behind us, which is where I got this hoodie and some other stuff. And we spent entirely way too much money buying stuff in Urban Outfitters. But we were hungry, and we knew that there was a Westfield Mall not far from us, and it was kind of on the way, so we decided to drop in. And actually, a place that we really wanted to go to was, they actually had a restaurant there. We wanted to go to Sweet Fin, which we usually go to in Santa Monica, but we didn't realize that actually it was at the Westfield that was close to our house. So we went to it. Sweet Fin, if you like poke, or if you like fish, if you like anything like that, you should check it out. It is delicious. And then we went home. After we had food, we went home. That's it.
What's she doing?
Trying my new brushes.
On Friday, the first thing we did was get coffee. Surprise, plot twist, we didn't go to Starbucks. We drove down to Melrose and got Alfred's. Oh yeah, it wasn't even coffee. Sorry, I'm lying to you. And we got the green matcha latte with oat milk. It was quite delicious. Me and Hannah had kind of contemplated getting a tattoo in LA, like it was a thing that we thought maybe we want to do. And then that day we decided, yeah, let's do it. So we went to a tattoo studio just to like book us in, and they had like availability in the evening, so we're like, grand, fantastic. That was in Studio City. And then we drove back home, and it was kind of like the middle of the day, and we actually had a pool at our Airbnb. Like, it was a cute little Airbnb, and I hadn't gotten to swim in it, and I like swimming, so I was like, let me do some swimming. then after that, we decided to get some Panda Express at the Westfield Mall again. And why Panda Express, you ask? I don't know, Hannah likes it for some reason. Like, it's very mediocre. Like, it's very...
I love that orange chicken.
It's actually shockingly average, to be honest. But yeah, we got it and it was okay. Like, it was okay. Then we went to Louis Vuitton because I wanted to try on some shoes I wanted to check them out for sizes. And then we went to drive down Mulholland Drive because we had some time to kill. And Mulholland Drive is actually really nice to drive around because you get really cool views. And then we went to the tattoo studio. And then we got tattoos. I think the name of the place is Studio City Tattoos or something. And it was an artist called Emily. And the tattoos we got were actually from... Well, they're basically from like the Dolan Twins Halloween merch. They're like the two hands are like doing this and then this. They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool designs, to be honest. Like, they don't even have to be Dolan Twins specific. I don't know, they're cool designs first of all, but also, since we like the Dolan Twins, and the Dolan Twins kind of just represent like, you know, going after your dreams, doing what you love, and just pursuing it tirelessly, at least to me anyway. So we got them for that reason, and they're on my skin now forever, and I can just continue to try and pursue my dreams. That was pretty much it. That was that day. We finished off our day having our tattoos done, and then we went home. And it was sad because that was our last full day in LA. So Saturday was the last day, and the first thing we had to do was just pack, clean up the Airbnb, kind of get our stuff together. And then we decided to go to a Target, and we actually ended up getting some Christmas stockings because America has much cuter Christmas decorations than Ireland. And we also got a few snacks, because you guys have nice snacks that we don't have around here. And to be honest, most of them are eaten at this stage, even though we just got back like last week. But like, we still have this pack, and look how massive that is. Like, next to my head, like that's genuine, like 4 times the size of my head. Like, that's ridiculous.
That's almost 2 kg of Halloween candy.
That's like 3 pounds of Reese's peanut butter cups. Like, they're delicious. But like, does anyone need 3 pounds of Reese's? Okay, no, I need 3 pounds of Reese's peanut butter cups. We got the peppermint mochas because guess what? Ireland doesn't do them. Ireland is just so boring. It just literally does no good drinks. And then of course, we drove through like Mulholland Drive because one of our favorite drives. We went down to Santa Monica because we actually hadn't been down to Santa Monica the entire time we were there. We went to have lunch, and we had lunch at Pinchos Tacos, which is one of our favorite Mexican places. To be honest, we haven't tried many of them in Los Angeles. If you have any recommendations, let me know. And then we went down to the beach for like 20 minutes probably, because Hannah spent the entire time complaining because she wore white shoes to the beach.
They were my Air Force Ones.
Who told you to wear them? No. And then we went to like a bunch of different shops on the promenade, and we went into one of the shops that had the weirdest snacks, like pizza flavored cotton candy, like the weirdest shit. Like, why? Like, to be honest, next time I go back, maybe I'll buy a bunch of them and just try them on video because they sound disgusting. And then we just got back into the car, drove to like the car rental place, returned the car, got on the plane. went back to Ireland, cried a little, and that's basically it. That was LA, that was the trip. If there are any Americans out there that think I'm cute, that want to marry me, just please let me know. We can do it tomorrow, we can do it next week. I'm kind of available whenever. I have work, but I can quit and then I can move over. Grayson, DOLAN, if you'd like a husband, let me know. I can cook okay. I don't like cleaning, but I guess I could do it if you need me to. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like this video if you enjoyed any part of it at all, and subscribe. Do you know what? Yeah, we talked about the DOLAN twins. In the comments, let me know whose lane you're in, or if you watched them at all. And if you're not in Grayson's lane, you're in the wrong lane. Goodbye. Bye. I see you next time.